Up YouTube, this is Gary Leon signing on again, and this is an update from the last video I put out, which was, I don't know, about 5-6 months ago, and the progress that I've made, or the lack thereof, because now I'm trying to, I don't know where the fuck I'm supposed to look. I know the camera's over here, so, but it's kind of hard because I want to make sure I'm looking all cute and shit, but whatever. The point is that this video is based on my progress, or the lack of my progress. I said I was going to lose a certain amount of weight and do a certain amount of things by a certain time, and I really haven't been able to stick to it. And I can use every excuse in the book. Money, schedule wasn't all that great. My job situation was fucked up. They had me switching left and right with schedules, which is another thing. A lot of individuals don't realize how important having that set schedule is. When it comes down to trying to build muscle and lose fat, you have to have some type of routine, because us as human beings, we enjoy routine. And it's difficult as hell to get a routine down when 1 week you're working 3 to 11 like I was, and then the next week I'm working 7 to 3, and then the next week I'm back. It's just so hard to get that shit done. Your sleeping schedule is off, your gym schedule is thrown off, and I was working part-time at the time. I was a sub, and even though I was getting full-time hours, I was just still a sub at the time. So it was hard for me to, pinpoint an exact time to go to the gym. Now I can, because I have a set schedule. I went back full time with my company, which is awesome, and I'm able to focus on just that one time frame and keep it moving. Now I've been hitting the gym for 2 weeks straight, which is great. I started my supplements, including the other shit. You know the other shit. So I studied all that stuff, and I feel strong as hell. I'm feeling energetic. I'm going to probably go down all the supplements that I'm taking in a later time. I don't know when, but I am recommitting to the whole 120 days and losing a certain amount of body fat by a certain amount of time. Now I want to be 220 pounds by the end of 120 days. I want to be 100 to 220 pounds. I want to have a fat percentage around 15%. I want to be so down there that it's ridiculous. So I'm recommitting to that. And I started that on December 1st. So I started that 120 on December 1st. I know this video is 10 days late, but it is what it is. So I'm doing pretty good. As you can see, my shoulders are starting to fill out pretty well. The thing about me is, and I don't really show my whole body. I got this weight trainer thing on. I'm in my underwear, so I'm gonna try to stay away from that. But I got this weight trainer on. My waist is around 43 and a half. I measured it earlier today, so it's like 43 and a half, down from 45, which is pretty damn good. Considering that I haven't really been working hard for the last several months. So that's pretty good. The fact that I did get, my nutrition dialed in a little bit better than I once was. So that's also a good thing. And now I'm hitting the gym on a regular basis. I'm carb cycling. On the weekends, I eat carbs. On the weekdays, I eat very low carbs, and if any carbs, depending on how many veggies I take in. I'm trying to stay away from all the shitty carbs, which is not easy because I'm bouncing back and forth between my house and my work. And it's hard because I don't food prep, which is something I need to start doing. But I don't food prep for many reasons. One of the biggest reasons is because it's a lot of fucking investment time into that shit. And, between my kids and my wife and all this other stuff, it's not easy for me to do it. But I will get to the food prep. I will start food prepping. I got all the materials to do so. I just need to get down and dirty and start cooking and shit. The second reason is because I fucking hate stagnant, I just hate monotonous food eating. I can't stand it. Like, okay, today I'm gonna have chicken, mixed veggies, and brown rice. Tomorrow I'm gonna have chicken, mixed veggies, and brown rice. Wednesday I'm gonna have chicken, mixed veggies, and brown rice. Oh, guess what? I get to switch it up on Thursday. Now I don't eat chicken, I eat fish. It's so fucking monotonous. It's like, so it's like, that kind of thing is really frustrating and it's boring as hell. And if I'm not on the right supplements and I'm not thinking the right mind frame, it can really take you for that loop. Plus, when you're on low carbs, you crave shit like crazy. Especially me, I'm an endomorph, so I crave all kinds of food. It's ridiculous. So the food prep is not really my thing. I've done it before, but it's not easy to do the food prep simply because of the fact that I hate stagnant, boring, same old meals. I can't, it's just annoying. But if I want to get where I want to be, I'm going to have to sacrifice something. Now, another thing that I'm trying to avoid is getting to that monotonous, mundane, boring ass way of eating, because I know I'm not going to be able to stick to it. Even though I can be disciplined long enough to do the 120, I don't think I'll be disciplined to do it for the rest of my life. So I'm trying to find a happy median. I want to have a good relationship with food where if I eat a piece of cake, I don't think that I just destroyed my fucking diet. You know what I mean? And there's several ways you can do that. One, you can take, apple cider vinegar. That will actually level out your sugar intake a little bit. So that's a good thing, taking apple cider vinegar. Be careful. You don't want to take too much of that shit because it's not good for you. Too much of that shit is not good for you. Too much for anything is not good for you. But you can take, like what I do is I take a capful, put it in some water with some ginseng, and, not ginseng, ginger root, and lemon. Heat that bastard up, put some honey in it, and I drink that now. And that helps do a lot of shit. Not only does the ginger helps, and they have its healing factors. The lemon have its healing factors, and it's, anti-inflammatorials and alkaline and all that shit that lemon can do for you. The honey as well is good for you. All natural. Don't get that regular shit off the fucking store. But some all natural honey, that's good. And put a capful or 2 capfuls of apple cider vinegar in that tea. Warm that bitch up, stir it up, boom. You know what I'm saying? You drink that. That takes care of a lot of shit. And it's a really good cold fighter. If you got a cold, you got a lot of mucus. Me, I suffer from bronchitis, so when the weather changes, my lungs get filled with mucus, and that drink helps smooth that shit out. It just settles my lungs, and it helps me get that mucus out. You know what I mean? It's really good. I mean, yeah, it's disgusting. I'm talking about, but we're talking about healthy. I don't want to be like one of these bodybuilders that look great, but I'm falling on the goddamn Stains fate and having heart attacks because my body is rejecting what I just did to it. I don't want to be that part. I want to have a low body percentage where I can see my muscle and I can see my abs, but I still want to be healthy. So that's my progression. That's what I'm trying to do. Wish me luck, guys. I'm getting back on the horse. Hopefully I stay on this motherfucker this time. I got everything's dialed in except for, my nutrition is not fully dialed in, but just about everything is dialed in from now on. So I'm good when it comes down to the scheduling point. Now all I gotta do is put all this shit together and keep it going. And once I can find a happy medium with food and I can have that comfortable medium with it, it's absolutely awesome. So stay tuned. I'm gonna have more shit coming out. You guys have a good one.